Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all, and this is another movie review. This is a review to an independent movie that I had just got done watching on Tubi, and I was just wanting to do my review to this independent movie on Tubi. I watched the movie Angie's Cure on Tubi, and here's my review. The movie Angie's Cure on Tubi, this movie right here, is definitely a good movie. This independent movie right here is definitely a masterpiece. Yeah, this movie is definitely on point. So, the movie Angie's Cure on Tubi, the way the movie starts off is that Angie, she's young, like at the time she's young, she's a teenager that ends up going over to a party. She goes out to a house party, but the thing about it is that she doesn't have a great relationship with her mother. She ends up going over to a house party, and unfortunately, something happens where yeah, see that's the thing. I can't really say the word up here on YouTube because you know how these platforms do, but something ends up happening to where it pretty much traumatizes her for the rest of her life, and she doesn't have like a good relationship with her mother, and she ends up telling her mother that her boyfriend is you know like doing stuff, and like her mother doesn't like believe her. So she gets older, like in her teenage years, she just deals with being traumatized, and she has like a journal. She's like writing letters to her dad to see if her dad is gonna come around. So she grows older, she becomes an adult, and she's just a traumatized woman. She has a situation where her car ends up breaking down on her, and a man like drives by her and offers to give her a helping hand, but she has like a taser to protect herself because she's traumatized. She doesn't know who she can really trust, and like later on in the movie, she ends up getting a job working at a beauty salon, and something ends up happening to where they end up getting robbed. But Angie is the one to save the day. Angie is the one that has the taser. She uses the taser to tase the robber, and she pretty much defends herself, and she protects everybody just to make sure everybody is okay. But during like the movie, her and the robber, they end up having like a deep discussion, a deep conversation, because the robber ends up telling her that he feels like he doesn't matter because of the stuff that he went through growing up with a single mother, being poor and stuff. And they just end up having like a discussion to help understand each other, because Angie, she realized, like by her having a conversation with the man that robbed her at the beauty salon, that tried to rob the beauty shop, they end up getting an understanding of one another. But yeah, the movie ends to where like when the feds like get involved in the movie, they end up coming to see what's going on, and the robber ends up getting shot, but the robber ends up surviving, and Angie is like okay. But this movie right here, it definitely has a deep message about how real trauma is when it comes down to people going through stuff, women, going through like a situation like with domestic violence, or with I can't even really say the word, because you know how YouTube does with the certain words that you use. But anyway, this movie right here definitely has a deep message about how real trauma is, and when it comes down to people being traumatized, how it can really affect them in their life, how they can like do stuff and act a certain way when someone approaches them the wrong way. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I definitely give this independent movie on Tubi a 10 out of 10, a 100%. This movie is amazing. But yeah, that's my review to the movie Angie's Cure. I watched the movie Angie's Cure on Tubi, and that's my review. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. Love y'all.